If your brush is just as dirty as this one, it is a good idea to clean it every now and then instead of throwing it away. These brushes are quite expensive if you have a high-quality painter's brush. I always grab a piece of paper and a putty knife, and then I start scraping off the top layer. I hope you can see it well on screen. You go along that edge and then you remove the excess paint. Look, it is already starting to look a lot better. It is important that you don't have to press super hard, but you can push those outer bristles a bit so that you really get all the gunk off. Look, the outside is the dirtiest part. Well, you just put that on a newspaper. What I do next is the following. I grab a small container. I always have one ready, and then I pour some mineral spirits into it. Just enough so you can dip the brush in properly. Next, I rinse the brush with the remaining paint through it, so that the top layer melts away, so to speak, because of the mineral spirits. After that, I always spin the brush around like this to shake out all the dirt. This removes most of the spirits so that your newspaper does not get completely soaked, and then you continue with the next part. As you can see, the outer bristles can still be a bit hard here and there. I try to get that gunk off a bit more. You can press a little harder with your putty knife. This will also remove some loose bristles, and old bristles that were already loose will come out as well. Look, you can see the brush is getting lighter and lighter in color. Up to that edge right there, that is how far the paint went. Now I turn the newspaper over so I have a clean page, and then I run it through the mineral spirits one more time. What do I do with the mineral spirits I have left now? I collect those in another jerry can. By shaking the brush well, you make sure the loose bristles come out and you get a beautiful, clean brush. What I always do when I have cleaned a brush like this, is that I don't use it for finishing coats right away. I use it to prime a window frame first, so that the very last small particles inside come out. But basically, you can just say this brush is nice and clean now. Look, and then I always wipe away the last remnants on the paper. You don't want that brush to be full of mineral spirits so that your hands get covered in it when you start painting. That is why I always say, just shake it out like this, then you have most of the spirits out. The last bit I always do on a newspaper. And now you have a beautiful brush you can paint with. Now, you are probably wondering, what are you going to do with the mineral spirits that are left over? Well, I pour them back into here. I fill this jar up as much as possible. In the workshop, I have 2 other jars. I just pour it in there and then I let it sit. After a while, all the dirt settles down, all the way to the bottom. Then you are left with almost brand new mineral spirits at the top. I pour that over into another container. And that is how I end up with almost new mineral spirits every time, with just a slight tint. But I just use that again to thin down primer or to clean the brushes. Then you have almost clean spirits again and you don't have to dump it somewhere as waste. Now that the brush is nice and clean, I am going to teach you how to paint beautiful straight lines along a ceiling. In the video appearing in the middle of the screen, I'll show you step by step how to get perfect wall-to-ceiling lines, even on textured ceilings. You won't need any tape, and I'll show you exactly how to roll and cut in like a pro. So, if you're ready to give your walls a smooth, clean finish, click on that video and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any handy painting tips for your next project.